Okay. Welcome. All of a sudden, like, nauseous. Okay. Good morning. I mean, not good morning. Good evening. It's a little better. Oh, I gotta cut that. I think I'm just like kind of like good morning. Fuck. It's kind of short. Hot flashes. But the minute I hit live, I got nauseous. Oh, me assume. I'm downstairs. Dinner is still warm. I just ate. It was good. I'll see you when you come down. Enjoy dinner. Okay. So the other day I was talking about weather. And we got into Brazil? No. Colombia? I don't even know, guys. Can't even think. But I definitely intended on reading the United States. And then I got pulled to the other countries, and then I said I'll be back to read on the United States, but I didn't get back to it. So, not a big deal, right? But all I know is that I remember in those reads, fire, I keep saying fire, yada, yada, yada. I don't think, I'm not positive if it, I don't even know what my board is. Is that it? Earthquakes, Africa, Colombia, Australia. And there wasn't fires there.
Did you see my text?
No, I just started YouTube.
Do you want to bite of my roast beef? We got Giovanni's.
Ooh, yeah, maybe in a little bit.
Well, if you don't, I'm going to eat it with a couple bites of steak.
Hey, can you just save me a tiny bite?
Sure.
Thanks.
Also, I should have told you, while she was getting the baby a bath before I picked Sienna up from school and stuff, she was getting her ready, and she literally, I was holding her back was like right here on my chest while she took her diaper off and stuff, because she was just going to throw it in there, and then she literally peed on my sweatshirt and my sock, and I put my sock on and put my shoes on, but it only was like a couple droplets, so I hope it didn't make my shoes smell.
No, it's probably fine. Just bring down your sweatshirt so I can throw that in.
I put it in my laundry basket.
No, girlfriend.
Oh.
I'm gonna wash
Well,
it.
I did.
I'm gonna wash
I
it.
put my jacket on, so I want to wash my jacket too. Oh my god, my jacket.
You had your jacket on while you were holding the baby?
No, but I put my jacket on over the hoodie, so it touched the pee that was on my hoodie that dried.
Yeah, it should probably be fine.
I put it on the floor because I'll wash it either way.
Okay, so did you get roast beef with mustard and extra hot sauce? What'd you get?
Roast beef with just the sauce.
Oh yeah, save me a bite. So even just a little bite because I'm stuffed, but
I can just put in a load of laundry.
Okay, if you want to do your own laundry, that's fine too. Or I never ran the towels. You can just take the towels back out. Because I got to actually take some of the towels out. I shoved towels in there, and I don't even know how. And then Grandma just gave me more towels, and I'm like, what the little fuck? That's never happened. It's probably like fucking 25 fucking towels.
Well, wait. So are you washing the towels?
Yeah, but I gotta
Just
split.
put them on towels, and I'll just wash it tomorrow.
No, I'm gonna wash it tonight with some of the towels. So when you come down and give me the bite of roast beef, bring the sweatshirt.
You're not gonna switch the laundry, so I'll just bring it down now.
I will switch
And the roast beef.
Okay, love you, bye. A video on fires 5 years ago. I'm talking about the recent ones. I wanted to do. I can look on the channel real quick, but I'm talking about the recent ones, and I still get the whole vibe of the whole Ireland fires, but I kept wanting to talk about fires in these 3 particular areas, and fire wasn't coming in. So just put it on the floor, or take some towels out and start the load with that sweatshirt.
You didn't put the bird food out for them, the Cheerios?
No, it's too cold and windy.
Is it warm on the floor?
Great.
It's good.
All
Why
right.
is your face so red?
I'm hot.
That side is like really red.
Just one side versus the other?
Yeah. Add the extra sauce if you want to dip it.
Nope, I just want a tiny bite.
Or put a lot of sauce on it for some reason.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. And you got a soup out.
No, I just got a regular.
Yeah. This is the one I like because it has the seeds versus the onion bun.
Yeah, I got to choose.
I don't like the onion bun.
So good, y'all. Give them a bite.
Want a bite?
I'm gonna eat food too, so you can have a couple bites. Just save me like half of that.
Amazing.
What is that on the floor?
You can have it. What's that?
Something black right on the floor.
Oh, I stepped on a blueberry. I haven't picked it up yet, so I probably just stayed it up. Can you please get me a paper towel?
This one's wrapped for you. Just let it clean.
Sure can.
I think it's clean. I'll see. Anybody comes out my head.
So, I will look. I'll look at my, Huh?
Are you saying something?
Yeah, I was trying to talk to you too, but I was cleaning my filthy hands, my spicy hands.
You never gave it. Oh, you did give them a bite.
I did give them a bite.
Look at that extra sauce.
All right. Oh my god, all my kids are just like me when it comes to food. It's my fault. All right, I'll look online. I remembered it saying something about California fires, but it was just what I was currently talking about, and it's just like, if I only... China just had an earthquake. Not if I was going to say, like, only if I went back to the USA, but I just remember that reading being so vivid in regards to the fires and that it was going to even get to, like, schools and churches. It was going to be, like, an historical fire. And with Cali right now, it is like an historical fire. But I don't think it's. I think that's all on its own. Why I felt so strongly that I was going to read.
You don't want that?
The USA. No, thank you. No. So with the fires, I think it was going to be in Ireland, Amsterdam. The fires in Ireland. That still stands. But the fires that I was reading coming in were in January. We're in January now. Okay. So I'm not like mad I didn't read on the United States. Like what's happening? It's absolutely horrific and awful in California. And we talked about California wildfires. Remember, I was because I know at one point I did say maybe the fire would be in California because we were talking about fires, and I was telling you guys, love you, to go watch that show. I think like a week ago. I think I just brought it up either today or yesterday too. So I don't know. My prayers just go out to everybody right now because it's just horrific, and Spirit's telling me it's not stopping anytime soon. It's going to be a couple more days, and I remember talking about a fire like jumping, but that was over here. But it was so it's a storm that jumped. But I did bring up that show. Was it this morning? I'm getting like, I just felt the need to come on and read on the fires because I never finished, and I just got into that, and Spirit wanted me to like make a quick one of that with the cards part 2 and then go into the fires, and fucking spaced it until I was sitting there and was like, oh. So I don't know. I know when I kept talking about the fires, and it was just, I don't know, what, 2 days ago I just did this read with weather? Here in Central Kentucky. Mudslide, landslide. I mean, guys, I don't know. I just know that it's awful, and I know, even me, I know Spirit is telling me like, oh, don't discard, like don't discard yourself or whatnot. And this happened last time. That's something that just happened too, and it's like that's not what I'm doing, in the sense of like, see, my readings can't be accurate, but like what frustrates me in the last week, hi sweetie, I have been talking about this, and I could not get those fires out of my head. And I do remember, damage to schools and churches. Yo. And I believe right before I came downstairs after supper, it said like one of the schools got hit too, and it's just kind of going house to house. So it's going to be a few days. Natural or not? Oh. Yes, natural. Hold on. I mean, I think it's natural in the sense of, you want to know what sparked the fire, but natural in the sense to like keep going or whatnot. I think there's going to be I was thinking a firefighter might pass away in this fire, but I hope not. And that's what I'm seeing. Oh, did someone start the fire? That's what we were doing, right? I think it was started. Spirit saying it started. But when I say I think, it's almost like I want to put my opinion into it. Because there's always, was it intentional or was it accidental? You know? Yeah, Spirit saying it was intentional. But then that pulls me to maybe like the galactic had something to do with that in the sense of meant to happen. And I've had this conversation with you guys before, like, oh, Mother Earth would never do that, and blah blah blah. Blah. No, Mother Earth will fuck some shit up. And they're not always just. We look at them, excuse me, as natural disasters, but not all of them. Obviously, by Mother Nature themselves, but they, you know, Spirit will fuck some shit up. They will fuck the land up, split continents if they have to, create fires. So that brings me to the point of, okay, so it was intentional, but was it a matrix energy that did it versus spirit? Matrix. So my next question, I think I'd feel like, hello, this is, hey, that's okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all they wanted to do, but I don't do good with injections. I have side effects. I was not to my lumbar, with my hip. Yeah, they did talk about that as well, but they decided from the beginning, from the car accident, the S1 was touching, so that hasn't changed. That stayed the same. So it didn't make. So the back doctor said to get the hip surgery. Her recommendation was hip surgery first. So that's why we didn't focus on the back. But it's been right. So now I feel like there's a new nerve impinged somewhere because it's active again, and then all these things are happening again. And how I did it, I don't know. It could, you know, it's not just my feet. Like it's like the shoulder blades, or like when I go to take a shower, there's some times where I'm like, whoo, right up my back, but like in places that I haven't felt before. So there could be something pinched there that's affecting the feet, like you said, instead of peripheral neuropathy. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, nothing to look back. You mean back to the back surgeon? Yeah, okay. Right, right. Okay, so consider doing that on their end because they said, if the hip doesn't get better, then they would go to the back. But right, but if it's causing that, then that's a problem too, though. So yeah, I do that nerve. Yeah, no, that nerve is pinched too. I just feel it like at the very bottom of like my back, not like no, it's definitely a different nerve that's pinched. No, that stopped hurting with the gabapentin. Yeah, so this is new. Yeah, no, there's something definitely going on. Okay. Okay, so I'll do the labs in the morning and then they'll call me for the EMG. Okay. All right. Yeah, you too. Thanks so much. All right, bye bye. Um, one thing after another with the fucking hip doctor. The neurologist. They think I have peripheral neuropathy. And I've been saying I've been getting worse and worse and worse, but like I have no feelings. Like she took a needle today instead of the stick and like pinched with the needle. Like my fingers felt nothing. Like my feet barely felt anything. My calves felt jack shit. Like to the point I was like, might make that bleed. So I'm just like one thing after another. But the back surgeon suggested um, hip surgery, like one thing at a time. Hip surgery has to get repaired. That's not something that will ever heal on its own. And with MRI I did with my back did show that it got worse and that the S1 is just it's touching the spine, which is not good because typically they would do like a nerve decompression, but that's not something I'm gonna opt for just quite yet. So I was really hoping the hip would help the back issue. Anyhow, when it comes to um, it was intentional. Stop. That's my mole. Um, what I just say? What did I just say? Enough. Well, all done. Okay. Now we're gonna cover that now, apparently, because if I don't, he's just gonna attack it. But the peripheral neuropathy would make sense because that's also linked to like the shoulder blades, all the symptoms. I've been saying it for a while, but I'm just over it. I don't know why I just got pulled to that again. So intentional fires set by matrix. They will get caught. These fires aren't over though. I mean, they're going to be a couple days. This is the one where I think it's going to like jump and then hit like another city, which was kind of what already happened, which was what I was saying in regards to when I was talking about fires, like when I saw a fire. I think my thing is right now I'm getting it confused with Norwegian. I'm getting it confused. Norwegian Airlines, Norwegian cruise ships. I think I'm getting it confused with Ireland. I'm still waiting. I don't want to still wait for like a church, but there's still something with a church. Something it's been around for a very, very long time. Because I think I saw churches before I even saw schools. I remember saying schools first for some reason. So it's pulling me to a lot of things that we've discussed. Unfortunately, though, like this just isn't over quite yet. I do feel like there is like a firefighters or no way out or something, but it's like I'm getting no but yes, like there's still more tragedy to come from this, and it's already tragic. I mean, it's taken away people's houses, the air quality, all this stuff. So and again, like I'm hearing like don't discredit yourself quote, but it's like what's the point of like we know I have this ability to do it, right? But like what's the point of even doing it if it's not gonna save anybody? I don't get it. It's just like okay, another profit or whatnot, but I'm just the messenger, so in hopes like maybe in the future it can start saving more, but then it's just one of those things where it's like, well, she said in 4 years and it could happen or it might not happen. And then it's like, what? Then it's like, oh, if we had just listened, yada, yada, yada. So I feel like it's like a rock in a hard place, if that makes sense, because the situation for anybody, because if somebody said that about New Hampshire or this side of something else in regards to something else, I think I would be like, well, I'm not just gonna move because someone said, so and it's what is it like, okay, so this happens so everybody knows, okay, so court's accurate with certain stuff she's saying, but how does this even help anybody? Like this doesn't help anybody. Does it help with Spirit's saying it is, but like what part does it actually help with? Like the aftermath or in the midst of it, and it's still jumping and still doing this, and maybe some people that do have faith in certain stuff, I say, would leave their home. Like I don't know, so but it's just like I'm just hearing like stop discrediting yourself, and I'm not trying to discredit myself. Like I get it. Like I pretty much say everything, and the last week has been so strong with fires, but I'm just like, what's the point? Like you guys know who I've been doing this for a long time on this channel. Well, I've been saying this for a long time on this channel. Like that's like the one thing I don't want to do, and I did get a lot more comfortable with it. But I think it would get more attention if I told you that the certain stocks were dropping versus, weather. All I know is that I'm hearing the worst is yet to come. Wasn't there something in today's read where I was like, oh, I got educated on fires? Was that just this morning that we were talking about that too? But I know for the last few weeks I've been talking about that show off and on. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's gonna be a fire, yada yada, but how do you even prepare for something like this? Like, you can't really prepare for something like this. So it's just horrific. It's awful. I will go back to my other channel real quick. 555. It's like I'm still like a little nauseous, so I kind of don't quite want to get into it too deep. I just know it's going to be a few more days and the worst is yet to come. And if you ask me, it's already fucking horrible. We were talking about more of like the earthquakes 2 years ago. I was already aware that with Japan and China having earthquakes going back and forth, but I really wanted to focus on United States and it pulled me to those countries first. I don't see anything. Updates on current energies, though, the one that I talked a lot of stuff on, they blocked it. They removed it. The government didn't like it. So much for freedom of speech, right? I didn't even label this one. It just says Prophecy of Your Mom Day Citrus. I mean, I don't even know what fucking read that was. But yeah, California has been coming in for a couple years for sure anyway when it comes to like earthquakes and that whole bridge thing. So all I know is that it's just an awful situation. And I know within the videos when I was talking about Ireland with the fires, France, I remember saying certain stuff like accuracy, guys. Like, it's not. I don't know. It's still something like it's like a whole new process of questioning myself occurring in my own brain right now. Not questioning my ability to do it. It's just like who does it really help though? You know? Hi Dougie. You doing okay? Super dry. Itchy last night, 35 humid. Jess, prayers. What international? Oh, you mean like terrorist? I wasn't even thinking of that. Hey. Yeah, it wasn't. No, spirits, no. But I do remember with the planes and all that stuff, about things going down like week 2 or 3, like 2 events. Planes we're not done with planes for a couple more months. Planes, trains, automobiles, a couple more months of all this, unfortunately. My daughter actually leaves tomorrow for the Bahamas, and it's like Boston, New York to Nassau. Just like,
outside my window, I keep hearing something, but it's only happened like twice. It's like a squawk from like a bird outside of my window or something. And I looked outside, I don't see nothing.
No.
It's like a cry, like how I kind of heard the baby squirrel.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like that outside my window.
That stinks. Nothing we can do about it. You know how like when we leave the door in the morning and certain stuff like under the porch, the front steps? You know, there's like a little bird that keeps flying out. Well, it always happens. I'm like, where's their nest? But then and then it was just like really sad to me because when I was walking in, I realized it's just sitting behind the light because I saw like its bird poop right there. So it doesn't even have like a wind blockage. It does in the sense of like the cover going above the stairs. But I'm like, oh, this poor little thing. Like, I feel like I don't think Grandpa's gonna let me nail a little box to the side of the house for this little birdie, but I'm gonna have to do something. I think I'm gonna do it, and if he says like, how'd that get there, I'll be like, oh, I did that a long time ago. Because I feel bad for that little bird. Well, it might take him a long time to figure it out, and if it's something small, like, you know, too bad, so sad situation, I don't know. I'm more worried about the bird.
He doesn't like holes in the wall. He literally blocks them from the woodpeckers, so maybe you should ask him before you flips that.
Yeah, I think I'll ask Grandma versus Grandpa, but he has to board up the side of the house with the woodpeckers, honey. The woodpeckers were doing damage.
That's why I'm saying you poking a hole into the wall is damage.
It's just a little nail. I'm talking like even the little one with like this all the seed on it. Like when the seed is gone, it's just gonna be like a little piece of cardboard. Like that's better than nothing. I could hang that up with a fucking tack. You know what I mean? He can kick rocks. We'll make sure it's small.
The bird can just go sleep in that house.
Well, it's not.
I heard it again.
Oh, is it birding at your window?
There's something.
Oh. I don't know. Open your blinds so if you see it coming.
Mom, I don't see it. I can't even see outside my windows. It just reflects my bedroom.
Well, you know what? You're kind of above the attic. And when I went into the attic to take out the Christmas stuff, when I was looking at all the boxes, I was like, oh, hell no. Tell me it's not like another birds in the attic. And Kaden got me the flashlight. We did all that. And it was on the side next to your room. So it's like not like a windmill. It's like you know the pinwheels you go like this when you were little?
Yeah, they stick in the room.
Yeah, so it's a big one like that in the attic, and that was what the noise was. So it's super windy, so that might be what you're hearing, because that is actually, I believe, is above your head. an exhaust. I don't know what that is. But
it's so cold. I don't see anything. I don't know.
Right. So I bet you that's what it is. Because I could have sworn it was more baby birds, and I was like, oh my God. And then as I got closer, I realized it was windy that day. So when I got closer, I realized that's what it was. Alrighty, Schneidy, I'm on YouTube. Gonna wrap up soon.
Did you hear me though?
Did I hear you?
Put like plastic on my windows or something. Like it's literally so cold in my room.
Because you
heater does not go to my room.
Okay, we also need to move your bed.
No, Mom, I have a heater in my room. I have the things on my floor.
I know, but your bed is like covering the registers. I noticed that last week
too.
too.
I pull it out.
Okay,
I'm not touching it.
Okay, well, we need to pull it out a little bit more. And I know you don't want to do that because you have your nightstand there, but then you should really put the nightstand on the other side of the bed in the winter. Peanut butter, enough.
My bed would literally be touching my fucking dresser. I couldn't pull out my drawers if I did that. I have to sit on my bed to do that. I can just move my bed. Rearrange my room.
Yeah, it just needs more room. Because the heaters are warm. We go through this every year. Alright, let me wrap up YouTube.
I don't even know how else I would do my room.
I don't know.
I don't want it. I always thought about putting it right here. YouTube can wait. Tell them I said 1 minute.
Mia said 1 minute, please.
Right here. I always thought putting my headboard over there and having my bed just like here in the middle. I'll put my dress over there or something and my TV. Like keep it over like.
You can just kitty corner or just still put it in front of you. You can even put it in the window, the kitty corner.
I would put it in front of the windows.
Right.
And then I put my dresser over there.
Yeah, I mean you could pull it off. You just have to make sure you had enough room to get in and out of your closet. That would be only like the inconvenience.
But I don't like my body being next to my closet.
Because it's not closed. The curtains don't cut it. Well, then come up with something else.
I get scared of the damn fucking hole at the top of it that you can see out of.
I don't know. But I love you.
Like the video on getting up and moving stuff.
You've had a long day. Do you really want to get up and move shit?
No. Not really.
Not really. We'll figure it out.
But I'd like to. But I might. No, probably not, because Dad's going to be out and I want to talk to him, so I can't. Okay.
I love you.
Love you.
All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
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 There was something else I had to do tonight. I emailed him. You're 7 miles from Mexico. North. Well, that's good. The wind's going in a different direction. So I do see, I'm listening. I'm off the chat unless Court asks me stuff. Thank you, Dougie. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're safe. So, what do you got your freaking panties in a bunch for, peanut butter? So again, it's like hearing like stop discrediting yourself. So I'm wondering if this is something else in regards to like discrediting. No, they're saying it's not. You know, if I pin a location, then I'll probably be able to get a lot of detail. But that's if like I'm zoomed in on it. So it's not that I'm discrediting myself, guys. It's just like, what's the point? Like, I know that sounds awful. And it's like, clearly I have the ability. It's one that I never really wanted. That's for sure. But it is what it is. And because they're like, I'm looking at my notes. Like, look at my notes from this morning. Like, in the last 6 months that I've been on, I've had videos and discussions of all of that. So it's like that one video wraps up like a lot of that. So now it's like linking that to that to that. So I don't know if they're trying to get me to do something else in regards to this. Like, am I supposed to, like I've been saying to you guys for years, like the weather forecast, the weekly weather forecast, you know? So it's like, I don't know if they're trying to get me to do something else here in the sense of like pinpointing certain locations on a weekly basis, you know? But you know, that's a lot of work too, considering like all the other projects I have, which I believe I talked about today as well. But I'm exhausted. So spirit, yeah, it was man-made in the sense of intentionally matrix, foolish, but intentional. I do believe they are going to get caught and getting pulled to Australia again, like with their fires. But not like a fire now, just kind of like the damage and how it was, you know, it was done. But it was intentional, not in regards to like a terrorist thing. It's not even carelessness. It was intentional. Just trying to figure out how they did that. So according to like the winds and, you know, according to all that stuff, like somebody had to have like waited for like the perfect moment to make the perfect storm. And like the right location for it to jump cities. So it was definitely methodical for sure. But the worst is kind of yet to come. So there's going to be clearly double the damage that's already in the news now, unfortunately. I don't see the spirit saying it's not that it's not stopping anytime soon. It is, but it's going to take a few days. Wasn't the terrorist attack in New Orleans last week though? Yeah. Yeah. The only one that wasn't terrorist related was in regards to the planes was the first crash. But I remember saying to you guys too, and like all these events that are happening, there's still going to be like a couple survivors, not in regards to the fires, but like the planes, that type of stuff, which is very odd. And the last two crashes in that 1 week, there was a couple survivors in each one. So, yeah, whoever went about this fire was very methodical about it. That's for damn sure, unfortunately. But, yeah, it's unfortunate. So I don't know if they want me to just start like pinning locations. I have such a tight up here. It like bounces. My hair's so thick right there. But yeah, I hope everybody's just as safe as they can be and, careful going outside, that type of stuff. The fire and smoke, depending on the direction it's going in. So what's going on with your kids now, Mari? And shelter. New Orleans, not terrorist. It was ex-military out of right, but it was still a terrorist situation. Kids good. Like I'm hearing, they must have shelter because I'm hearing shelter. Safe shelter. Those two too, like the two different things too, with the military and the other one, that person knowing that person, or whether they knew each other or not, it was still linked to, like they were both in Iran or they were both in Sudan. Southern Sudan, potato. student. So okay, I'm over that. And mud pie. It was terrorist, even in the sense of being there for so long, and they're not telling you if he was ever snatched or kidnapped or was away from the troops for a certain amount of time, or if somebody coaxed him into doing something. They can wrap it up to all the mental health that they want, but there's too many coincidences that are not coincidental. And I'm just sticking up for Spirit, because Spirit's saying it was a terrorist attack. It was intentional. It wasn't just mental health. And that will come to light, I'm sure. They're making him look Muslim, and he's not. Yeah, I mean, they're going to try anything, which is awful, like taking, that belief and, trying to do something like that. But yet they're saying it's not terroristically. I don't think that's a word, terroristically. Not linked in the sense of they don't want to link it to like a terrorist attack, but it is. It was. And they know it, and they're going to hide it. And there's only a matter of time before they can't hide what's going to happen in the next few months when it comes to this stuff. It's not anything they can hide anymore. So it was definitely plotted, because that's when I was getting like the whole like go. Like this is everybody's green light. Now everything's being put into play. Somebody might have to wait 2 months to put something into play, but the green light was given. And it was like coding like that. Through a game system. It was something. And there's I'm saying, I don't know how many, but my brain just told me 30. My higher wisdom, just is going like with 30 people, if not more, to play certain shit out. He is my best buddy. He's always with me. Except for bedtime. Although when I nap, but he can sometimes nap, but the cats like to nap with me. And I don't nap often, guys, but like when I'm laying down, like hurting, cats want to lay down with me. So yeah, he really is. He's always with me, huh, Budsky? But I'm his mama. So like, I wouldn't expect less if I think about it, There's like one time period during the day where I'm like animal free. And it lasts for like 2 hours. So I take his afternoon nap somewhere. And the cats will be sleeping through that 2 hour frame as well. It's like early afternoon. I'm like, I don't know, 1-ish, 12-ish to like, I don't know, I get like 2 hours of nothing. And I'm like, this is great. It's like literally having toddlers and, like working at a preschool, and everybody has to like take like a nap time. So I do get that every day, and I'm like, oh, what can I get done? Because there's sometimes when I'm constantly like this and trying to do things at the same time, but he's amazing. Huh. And he sits on my shoulder during readings a lot, but he likes to navigate around during readings and fly and sit over there for you and chit chat. But whenever I'm live, he knows I'm live and he sits on my shoulder. And he knows when I'm live. He knows when there's a camera in front of his face. He knows when I'm talking to you guys. Like, he knows. And you notice, like, whenever I'm live, I'm always live, but like when I'm face to face, he doesn't talk as much because he knows, like, it's face to face. I don't know. But I'm sure people have already started picking up on that, because he only comes into the reads on the board once in a while when he feels like it. majority of the time he sits over there and chats. He stares at us the whole time, but he chats, looks out the window. I changed my ATM card and got bumped off Patreon, but I'm signing up again. Don't sign up on Patreon. I'm not on Patreon. Like, I'm on it, but that shut down like 2 years ago, a year ago, something like a year ago. So don't do that. And that's why I went to members, but I haven't even been keeping up with that. That's why a lot of you just took your money back and just, I'll get back to it. It's just a matter of when. I am going to jump over there and do like personal readings like I have been. I thought about that on the way home today too, that I got to get back to that. Yeah, so no Patreon. It's still up there and everything. I can't get it down. Like the accounts are just up there. But people are on Patreon. There's a lot of money on Patreon sitting waiting for people to take back. I'm not shitting you. And a lot of you guys will lose it soon because it's been a little while now. And it's just sitting there on Patreon. Like, I'll get like once a month. Like, am I putting this into your account? And it's like, no, you are not putting, thousands of dollars, couple $1,000s in my account. That has been sitting there. But if I don't, I think eventually put it in my account, I think it would just get like written off or something with the taxes. Like they'll just take it. But it belongs to all you guys, so I don't want to do that even in that case. Yeah, I know you like take the money, but like not. Yeah, no, I don't want to do that because it's been sitting so long, and it is for all of you guys that stayed on it that whole time, that probably just even like forgot about it. And I say all the time, like, go and get your money. If you will ever remember, go and get your money. I've been saying that off and on for over a year for sure. So yeah, that type of stuff. But no, it belongs to you guys. I don't want that to ever come back around and bite me, and nor do I want to pay taxes on it, even though it's only a few thousand. That's not me. Like, even when, like, I feel like if I was desperate for something, like, and I haven't been in that feeling in like a long time. I don't even remember what that feeling feels like. Thank fucking God. But like, I still wouldn't take things like that. I just wouldn't. I know how karma and shit works. It's just not worth it. I never want anything to come back at me like that in regards to like financial mishaps, that type of stuff, So. But I don't think it's going to be there. Is the truth. I think like it's been either 2 years and then it just kind of sits in another private account, but it comes out of Patreon. Like they ask, like, do you want this taken out of Patreon? And it's yeah. I don't want to claim it on my taxes. So there's that. And that's not even like, that's pennies to claim on taxes, guys, but it's not my money. And it's so frustrating when you work for something and then it's like the whole readings. That's one of the reasons why I stopped reading, because other people were getting other people's readings. And it's like, oh, it was meant to happen that way. No. Yes, but no. Because I'm putting all that hard work into readings, and it's your reading that I'm looking at and seeing that it's different than somebody else's. But every time I sent it out, you guys were a couple years ago, you guys were getting other people's readings, and I'm like, I'm not going to do this anymore. Like, this is fucking insane. And that's when I like wanted to quit the whole reading thing too. That's actually when I did really quit the whole reading thing, to be honest with you. And just the energy it just took out of me in general, But prayers to everyone in California right now cities and even states when it comes to, you know, the pollution. It's like, I was just saying that too, like the highways and the smog and all that, but it's like you still choose to live there, you know? That's why I kind of feel like, what's the point of doing this? Because it's like, I can tell you guys that this is going to happen, and it's come out, and it's been strong in the last couple readings with this whole fire thing, especially that one, but it didn't end up being any fires. Shit on my shirt. It's not like you're going to pick up and leave and hope that she's wrong, you know? So that's why I'm just like, my brain is just like, why the fuck do I do this? But apparently, like, I'm good at it. Yeah, speaking about LA, and yeah, most of Cali is different than not all crowded. Yeah, and the cities I've been seeing with its fire, what I was saying, like, it's cities. It's going to hit cities. No, that was with what I was reading on Africa. But it is going to hit cities like that. But that whole entire read, I kept saying to you guys, like, I keep seeing fires, and Spirit was like, yep, but nope, not in these reads. And I'm like, no. And it's because my brain was already telling me I was going to read on the US, you know, and I never got back to it, which is fine. That's not like one of those things, like, I can't discredit yourself for that. So I have to absorb this in my brain and see, is this useful for me to do? Yeah, I'm accurate. But is it beneficial for me and my energy to do something where it's not going to help the population? It's not going to help humanity. So my brain's kind of boggled there, in the sense of doing this. And again, it's not that I'm not accurate. There's everything in the book for the last 2 years has come into fruition. Scary things, awful things, you know. And you're like, I'm helping you, but I'm helping you in different ways, not necessarily through weather in the prophecies that are coming out, though. You know what I mean? Like, that's different. So I guess that's where my brain is when it comes to, like, that's why I keep hearing, like, stop discrediting yourself, Courtney. But, like, my brain right now is like, where do I go with this? Because I'm just wasting my energy. Because in all reality, you know, somebody like that in California, and I pinpoint this like even weeks or months, so they had time to get out and be prepared. What are the odds of anybody leaving off of because a prophet said this? Again, I'm just the messenger, but I'm just saying, you know. So yeah, I don't know if it's struggling with next steps. It could be. I don't think it's like that. I think for me it's more, how do I put this together? Where do I really need to be? And I know where I really need to be, but like, am I putting my energy into the right things? I know I'm very capable of doing this. It's very clear to me that I am capable of doing this. But is it beneficial for me to keep doing it? Because as of right now, who's it reaching? And it's not like, oh, it's not reaching thousands and millions. That could eventually happen, guys. And it's like, okay, you know, this and that, you know what I mean? But like, still, no matter how awakened you are, if somebody says you need to leave this area and this is what's going to happen, and if I had a lot of faith, then yeah, maybe temporarily, like, go visit this or go do that, do what you can do if you have like that much belief and faith in what I'm saying, then yeah, but that's going to be very minimal amount of people. So you see what I'm saying? So I just don't know if I don't feel like I'm discrediting myself, but Spirit keeps saying like stop discrediting yourself, as if like that's what I'm actually. So that's what's like actually subconsciously happening, right? So I don't know, but it's just like, you know, can I pay for a snowstorm? Yeah, that's a little different. You know, we know there's some blizzards coming in. We talked about that weeks ago. It's only a matter of time. So the weather's just wacky. But and then I'm also instilling fear into people too. You know, because if I had stressed this to you guys, I mean, I all told you about the pandemic and all this stuff before shit was going to happen. I already knew all that shit. It didn't help you guys. It didn't benefit you. It's only telling you that I'm accurate at what it is I do. I'm more worried about the energy I put into something and who it hits. Is it worth it for me to keep pursuing this? And Spirit's saying yes, but it's like, how? So that's where my brain is. I haven't quite comprehended that yet. Is it like, do I need to get more precise on breakdowns? Do I need to like start listening to my reads over to see like what I didn't pick up on? Like that's a lot of energy and that's a lot of time where I can be putting towards something else just as important. So I don't know an easier way to do this. And I've said that to you guys plenty of times. Like the way they have me fucking pussyfoot or tip tap around fucking things. You know what I mean? Like to get to where I needed to tell you, like for the reading, for it to all come in and then I get the answer like 3 hours later. And then I had this idea to do the whole recap for you, which I think is brilliant and great that I haven't been staying on top of because it just time, energy. It's not intentional. I never sit here and be like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like it's not even like that, you know? So it's very time consuming with the other stuff that I want to do. So I'm just trying to figure out like what's best for me. And Spirit's like, you're not fucking stopping this. Like I already know that's where they're at. So like if you guys have any ideas that might make it easier, like what am I supposed to do now? Like am I supposed to like just pinpoint locations like I started doing with the weather and I wanted to read on the USA and fires, but yet they pulled me to that instead? So I mean, fuck, I don't know, guys. That's just where my brain's at right now. I guess my brain is just saying I wish it was more easier for me to just kind of narrow it down and pull it all together versus doing like a 3-hour read and then pulling it together. And that's just not the way it is for me. It is what it is. So it takes a lot of time and energy. And I notice like I have the other channel, but more and more keeps coming out on mystical moments. And for years, you know, another reason why I didn't want to do it either is, you know, getting intimidated with the FBI calling me and telling me to stop talking about certain stuff. Like that's more intimidating than you think it is, guys. You know? So, you know, it's just, I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's all I can do, right? Let's figure it out. So I don't know if maybe tomorrow. It's scary being smart these days. Maybe tomorrow I can break down like the next few days of like this fire. I don't know. I know that's like the current read that I did before I did with like the current catch up. They took that shit right off of YouTube. They didn't like what I had to say. So, oh well. I think the government's not going to like a lot of things I have to say. And all the other people waking up and people coming out saying this and saying that, you know. So, I don't know, but I wish. Just read what's interesting to you. Drop the circumstances around it. How comes people and groups, individuals come they all the life to live made up. Yeah, I know. I appreciate it. I know. It's just my brain needs to make sense of it. You know? Because it's like, I feel like we're starting the other channel again. Like, I created it a couple years ago, but now starting it again. FBI, huh? Yeah, when I was reading on what was going down between the two countries, like probably about 5 years ago, they shut down that reading. I was saying too much. And it was personal between two families and two princes and power struggles, and I was saying too much, and they wanted to know. I got questioned for knowing what I was saying, and I was just saying, like, I don't know. I'm just like reading the cards. It's what's coming to me. And they're like, oh, what do you mean you don't know? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I really didn't know. And they believe me, but once you're flagged, you're flagged. Because when I was dating that general, he knew, the colonel, he knew I was flagged. So that's not going away anytime soon. And then I had to stop talking about it. And I told you guys, they said I could bring it up, and I had to stop talking about it for certain reasons. But I couldn't continue that reading. And basically, if I had said anything else about that, they would shut down my channel. And I would start to be even questioned even more. It was right around the time where there was, I think, a lot of terrorist attacks going on too. So the security, Google security was really on top of it. I can say terrorist. I've said it so many times in the last couple days and weeks. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm already fucking flagged. Yeah, thank you, Grandpa Joe. I know. Fucking ridiculous. So, yeah. So, anywho, I think my brain just needs to absorb, like, is this really beneficial for people? And I know it's not that I'm saying I'm not accurate, guys. I can clearly see that I'm accurate. Okay. It's the other part of my brain that needs to absorb, like, this is my energy. It's a lot of energy each time I do this. I leave reads exhausted. It's almost like doing personal readings again, and then it's like constantly things coming to me and saying, like, it's just shit like that, guys. So I'm just wondering if there's like an easier way for me, or to just, if I have to like come up with that easier way of managing time and energy. That's all. So I love you guys, and my heart and prayers go out to everybody right now, in every country and situation, and fucking fog and pollution and toxicity and fucking chemical warfare and fucking all this shit. So yeah. I love you guys, and I will see you mañana. Okay? Love you. You want to say bye? Want to say bye? Who's my sweet little turd bird? See the white tip of that feather? It's feather. It's not his own poop. I'm like waiting for it to go away, but it's not. I think it's like a birthmark on a feather. I don't know. But you're just gorgeous the way you are. You're just gorgeous just the way you are. Right? Say, say, give everybody kisses. He's changing so quick. And Spirit's getting on my ass too with his channel that I keep putting off. Because there's not enough channels on Starlings, So I gotta get on that too. You see what I'm saying, guys? Like, what the fuck? But I did realize that all these years of me opening all these channels and how they're all like linked does make me feel better in the sense of knowing that it wasn't all for nothing, and just slowly putting them together. Can Mama give you a kiss? All right, well, I know peanut butter can give Mama a kiss, but can Mama kiss peanut butter? Can Mama kiss peanut butter? Thank you. I have to word it like that, because if I say give me a kiss, like sometimes he'll give me a kiss and he looks like he wants to. But I literally have to say, can Mama give peanut butter a kiss? And then he won't back away. Huh? Because Mama give peanut butter a kiss? Mama give peanut butter a kiss. Good boy. Peanut butter give Mama a kiss? Your turn. Your turn. It's like, no. Oh, look at bird shit on my shoulder. Look what you did to my shoulder. What'd you do here? You potty? You potty on Mama? No, potty on Mama. Where are you supposed to potty? El Dorado? Where's El Dorado? Over there. Yeah, you're side-eyeing it. I know. You supposed to potty here? No. No potty on Mama. Potty in El Dorado. And then you know what you get, right? Yeah. But you got a potty there. Oh, look at two poops on Mom. The fuck? Guys, he was so good with not shitting on me, and now he's like, I'm gonna shit on you. Like, the fuck? I go upstairs and my mom's like, you got shit on your back. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, bird shit. It's so unsanitary. I'm like, because I really want to rock bird shit. He's a wild bird. They poop every 15 minutes. It's like a parrot. Like certain things, like they only shit pretty much when they eat, He's like, no, I'm going to piss and shit every 15 minutes. You guys really want a starling? Should I really give you your own fucking channel? Huh? And tell everybody, hey, it might take an entire year to figure out where to shit. But hey, that's what we go through with potty training too, right? So you had an accident. I know, I'm sorry. I don't mean to make you feel uncomfortable. I'm going to stop talking about that now, okay? You're just such a pretty birdie. Mama's got a little pretty birdie. Who's my sweet little bird turd? Oh, peanut butter, my sweet little bird turd. Yeah, you're just so handsome and I just love you. So muches. Oh, I want a crow too. Do birds piss? They piss and shit at the same time. And when they get older, you have piss, shit, and cum. Okay, so his ass better get potty trained real fucking quick. We have a couple more years before he's gonna start doing that. But it was like dealing with Sheldon when he was learning how to masturbate, you know? It's like, oh, fucking dear Lord. Like, his fucking penis can pretty much touch his mouth. But I can't see yours. It's called Quackala or something. Quackala. Remember I told you me and Ash were in the backyard? And we were like, we're trying to figure out how like birds got pregnant or whatnot. So the bird shits and pisses with sperm in his shit, and the bird goes and sits on his shit and gets impregnated. That's how that happened. So all this time, like, we're touching branches going through the woods, and it's like, oh, got bird shit on it. Oh, no big deal, bird shit. Well, now we can add sperm to the list too. Okay, so that's how that happens with starlings and certain birds. So yeah, I should be happy right now that it's just this little white thing. But when he eats crickets and certain other stuff, I just shit out like a black little turd. You know, like all squiggly, like real human shit. But it's such an easy pickup. You know? So me and Ashley were dying laughing. We're like, great, we're just over here, like every leaf. You know, we used to troop through the woods camping, you know. It's like, oh, watch out for the quackala, something like that. Quackala. We were calling it something, you know, and it's like, little do people know, like with bird shit and all that stuff through the woods, whether you see it or not, like it's still there, even if the rain wipes away the initial like little pile of black part of it, you know what I mean? Like, but it's the sperm still stays on there for a while. But the female bird does have to sit on it within, I think, 10 minutes to 20 minutes, which they know. They all do. It's like, you ever watch a bird in a mating ritual? It's pretty fucking interesting. And all birds do it. So when they're ready, that's what they do. So he won't be spitting no cum on me, that's for sure. His ass better be fucking potty trained by then, because I'm not having that shit. But I'm not happy about this shit. I mean, he was really doing so well. Hey, you want to shit? Go shit on my shoulder. You want to just stay on my hand? Fine, you can have my hand. We're just telling everybody how beautiful you are and how wonderful you are, and that you're going to have your own channel. Yeah. And that you're becoming such a big boy so fast. Just a month ago, he had a brown head, and now he's got a speckled head. Purples and greens. I am loving that feather, that white part of his feather, though. You know? So, yeah, he shit in my head once. That better never happen again. You just did potty on Mama again, buddy. No, potty on Mama. El Dorado. Potty in El Dorado. In there. You go potty in there. What the fuck? I want me to stop talking about you, but then you fucking shit on me. I'm sorry. I know. I feel bad. And you know I'm talking about you. I'm sorry. I love you. But I mean, fuck. You just dropped bombs on me. Buddy. I love you. I do. I love you. We gotta get this shit under control, though, okay? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm making him feel uncomfortable right now. And I'm not trying to do that to him. I feel bad. Such a sweet little turd bird. Who's my pretty little turd bird? Is Peanut Butter my sweet little baby? You my sweet little turd bird? Mama just loves you forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Yeah. You're gonna be my mama's little buddy, huh? Yeah. We're gonna teach you to tell people to fuck off, aren't we? Yep. Fuck off. Fuck off. That's what we're gonna do, right? Fuck off. Yeah, somebody, raises their voice at me. Fuck off. Even the kids, right? We're gonna put them in place. Fuck off. So I love how you guys like say, sometimes you can hear him saying like certain stuff or whatnot. And I swear I hear it here and there. But you guys actually listen to him. Like when I'm channeling and reading for you, I can hear him squawking, but I can't actually hear what he's doing. You know what I mean? Or like what he's saying. I'd have to like literally go back and like really listen. But the other night he used a new pitch. And I was like, oh, that's cool. You know? So technically, if he wanted to talk right now, he could. You know? And you guys might hear it. Again, I don't, because I'm reading for you guys, you know. Oh yeah, if you watch the video and especially if you slow your speed down, it's so clear. Well, what does he say to you guys? What is he saying to you guys? Everybody loves peanut butter. Yeah, all your friends, they love you. He sounds like me. What? You heard him once I give you a kiss. Oh, you tired? He says his own name. Really? Oh, thank you. He gave me a kiss. Thank you so much. 10 minutes later. Thank you. You give Mama a kiss. Can Mama give peanut butter a kiss? Now Mama's going to give you a kiss. Thank you. Thank you. We don't have to get aggressive. I said thank you. Oh, yeah? He even makes kissing noises? Huh. I'll have to listen. Because we interact all the time. I'll make it a point to interact with him. You know, at least a few minutes today, like a few minutes a day. And I know that's like nothing, and I should be doing it more, but I'm so distracted with everything, and he's always with me. But like, I really have to like sit down with him and be like, oh, hi, I'm going to go here and do that. You know what I mean? Like I play catch up with him, and he just like, he loves it. You know, you're going to give me another kiss? I appreciate it. You just got to be a little more gentle. Because I don't think you want Mama doing that to you. So, thank you. Very much appreciated. See how he backs away? When I just go to give him like a kiss, I literally have to say to him, can Mama give peanut butter a kiss? Well, you're proving me wrong now, child. Thank you. You need to be gentle. You're being a little aggressive. A little too aggressive. Easy. You do easy with Mama. Mama do easy. Do you want me being like, Mama? No, right? So don't do it to Mom. All right? Fuck, man. So I've been trying to like have conversations with him for at least like 5 minutes a day. Huh? Like I am now. Because it's important, huh? Because I'm your mama. And sometimes I don't forget I'm your mama, but I still got to talk to you, right? Yeah. Because you're just a smart little cookie. And one day you're just going to start really talking, huh? Yes, you are. Yep. I mean, he grows so fast, but I you know, keep forgetting, like, he's only like, what, like 7-8 months? Something like that, right? So, 8 months, yeah. And he's still getting like his, you know how like Stella, I show you videos, like the whole neck where it goes in and out, in and out, in and out. He's starting to find those pitches. And I try to, is he not the fucking cutest when he does this? He looks like a straight up fucking like chicken or a rooster. I think that's literally my favorite position when he does that and he feels like he's on defense. Is he not fucking adorable when he does that? I mean, it's literally his cutest little pose that I adore. So yeah, one day he's just gonna start chirping away. Well, he's already chirping, but he'll end up talking. Are you a woodpecker? Are you gonna try to, kiss me aggressively again? What's the deal? Is that what you're thinking right now? And it's like I almost feel bad because like the purple and the blue, yeah, because he doesn't have like another bird to do this with, Hey, a little too aggressive. That's all. I know. Thank you. That was much easier. I appreciate that. Yes, that was nice. Now Mama's going to give Peanut Butter a kiss. Okay, so now you're not going to move away because Mama is going to kiss Peanut Butter. Mama, give Peanut Butter a kiss. Oh, thank you. You want to play? So when you do this to a bird, it is playing, but that's also like their aggressive side where they know like predators or if something's big or whatnot. But we do it. We just play. We just play when I do it. But that's when he reminds me of like a chicken or a rooster that gets up and is like, oh, I mean, to me, it's my favorite pose. Like. Gonna get my finger? You gonna get my finger? Yeah? You gonna get it? Get it. Pew, 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 pew. Whenever I make weird noises like, Mom, what the fuck are you doing? No, you're gonna be aggressive with my mouth. I already know it. Yep, see, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. And he's really trying to give me a kiss, but it's like, it's so like fucking aggressive. Does he sleep all night? Yeah, he sleeps all night. He's not like a parrot. Like when it's dark, he literally goes into his bed, and I have to shut the cage. And if he's awake, he gets pissed when I shut the cage because he's never in the cage. He's really only in the cage. Like if I have to go anywhere, I usually leave him out because he's totally big enough to fend off the cats. Because the cats don't go to claw him or bite him. Like you would fuck the cats up at this age. So he pretty much has the run of the mill, except for at bedtime, because I don't want him to get caught off guard by one of the cats, because they're nocturnal. And I just feel safer with him in there, So I don't really put him in the bathroom anymore when I leave. I used to do that. But I know you want to play. I know. I used to do that. See how easy it is to play with a starling? See how easy it is to play with a starling? Yeah, no, just leave him. Does he ever sit on the turtles? Yes, he does. Yep, he's done that. Yeah, curious with the surgery? Yeah, I think he's going to definitely be thrown off. For sure. Because he's going to want to be around me. Cats are going to be around me. So it's like they all fight for turf when I'm laying in bed. Which sometimes it's like, oh. But Peanut Butter was still sitting on my chest as long as the cats are like laying down. And he'll peck at the cats like once in a while. I'm like, Peanut Butter, don't do it. Like, don't do it. Because I don't want Max waking up as somebody, It's like, he'll get you. Max is just dying to play with him, But he doesn't put his claws out anymore like at first he used to. But he doesn't anymore. He just like wants to swat. Does he ever remind you of Kai? Or is he's completely different. Like Kai in the sense of like sitting on my shoulder, but like Kai wasn't even like, no, he's completely different. And I gotta remind myself, guys, he's a fucking wild bird. They're nothing like domesticated birds. Nothing like a domesticated bird. And I grew up with birds. My mom breeded those gray birds, cockatoos, the gray ones with the yellow heads. But she never let them out of the cage. She liked breeding things. Siamese cat, birds. So, cockatoo, I think. I don't know. So, yeah, he's a wild bird. They're not even close to being like something domesticated, and they're definitely a lot more active. But I know people is like, oh, I started collecting birds as like retirement or something, and it's like, do you let them out of your cage? And he's like, well, not really. I'm like, well, then that's just straight up fucking cruel. And my mom says the same thing. Like, he should probably spend more time in the cage, just like surgery and shit. And I'm like, no. Like, no, no. Birds don't belong in cages. They just don't. If you're going to have a bird in your fucking house, it does not belong in a cage. So, but that's just my opinion. I'm not giving you shit. But why would you want to leave something living and breathing and wants to connect with you and trapped in a little fucking cage, canary cage all fucking day? Again, people do it and, oh, they belong in cages. No. Do you think that creature was born and gave birth by all these other birds to come into your life and sit in a tree to sit in a cage and entertain you? Get the fuck out of here. I'm sorry if any of you have a bird and you don't take it out of the cage and no, they shit everywhere. No shit. They're a fucking bird. If you get lucky, you can train them. Everybody who's ever did trials on starlings and certain stuff, and they're extremely smart. People in the UK have them for pets everywhere around the world. People actually prefer starlings because they're smarter than parrots. And they can actually talk more than parrots and mimic more than, 20 to 30 wildlife, other birds. Is the only one of the other birds that can actually ever do that. And every time it talks to you, can it literally take 20 different languages. It's just very fucking intelligent. But yeah, it's a fucking wild bird. And all the training that they've ever done on starlings with all the research I did, they all eventually ended up litter box trained. I was just hoping that he would be a little more litter box trained than he is, But whipping around, trying out those new feathers. Boy. Yeah. That he makes me nervous when he whips around because they can go 60 miles an hour. And I can hear it in his wings. I can hear it in his feathers. I'm like, oh my God. He's just looking at me like, Ma, I know you're talking about me. Ma. I know you're still alive. And I know you're talking about me. But I am going to clean up because I do got bird shit. And sometimes when he shits, it's not just white. There's like liquid in it. And I'm like, oh, now you're peeing more like humans pee. Kind of, sort of. But it's okay because I just love him and you gotta go potty, right? Yeah, I gotta go potty. It's just like training a baby. I had to train 4 of those fuckers. Yeah. It takes time. Yeah, I know. I can't complain. Fuck everybody else that does, right? Oh, it's so unsanitary. No shit. But it's not making me sick because he's fucking domesticated. Huh. Fucking people, right? It's just a little bird shit. It's just like baby spit up. I'm like the perfect person to take care of fucking animals, guys, because to me this is like having baby spit up. You know how many times for probably 5 years straight I constantly had fucking baby spit up on me? So there's that. It's just a little spit up. Yeah, but I can't say, oh, got belly? No, huh? No, you just have to shit because you're a bird and it's what you do. I know. So I don't give a fuck. You're perfectly fine. Birds carry so much germs. Blah, 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 blah. Like, fuck you guys. They carry germs at the house like that. He's fucking domesticated. He don't carry jack shit. Nothing stayed with him. He was too young when the parents didn't come back. He didn't even have feathers. And he already outgrew it. And he had certain stuff. He had all his screening done anyway. He doesn't carry any of it. You know, so he's domesticated. So his shit does not carry toxins. Can people still get ill and respiratory infections and certain stuff? Yes, but it also depends on where you're feeding your birds, how you're feeding your birds. I know with the worms that I feed them, I'm very particular, and they come from not even like a company, like the pet store gets them from somebody who just breeds them, and like the blue worms and all that, they, you know what I mean, and they sell to local pet shops and whatnot for extra money, which is pretty fucking smart if you ask me. You know, so I know where they're coming from. It's not like they're coming in from other countries because there's a shortage. There's no shortage. I can breed my own. Hi, I'll be done in a minute. Oh, you looking at snacks?
Do we have bowls?
There should be bowls down there. Mia moved a couple.
Okay, where?
I think Big Blue is on my bed, and you just shit on me again.
Where did you move the bowls?
Can you give me a paper towel? The Big Blue might be on my bed, but I'm pretty sure I just saw Big Blue.
Yeah, I know it's dirty though.
How is it dirty? It just came downstairs.
No. It's crusted up.
Huh?
It's crusted up.
From what?
Oh, it's supposed to have glitter in it.
Oh, that's the one where I told you it wasn't glitter. I told you to rinse it out because I put my candy in there and you didn't rinse it out when we were separating the hard candies. So it's not glitter.
And what was in this bowl?
Nothing's in that bowl. I just put that one down too. Mr. Inspector Gadget. So the only way I would really get sick from anybody would literally, and that's the truth, is if somebody didn't clean the cage for months and months and months, and then all that pneumonia, certain stuff builds up. Right now, he's fine. I ain't gonna catch jack shit. Is it a pain in the ass to pick up after him? Sometimes, absolutely. But I know his pooping spots, so I lay paper towels. It's like having a kid. What are you gonna like? You got to work around them, right? Figure it out as they learn, as you train them. And probably another reason why I should be an advocate and have his own channel. You know what I mean? Because right now people are like, oh my God, I'm so unsanitary. No, it's just like spit up. Is somebody going to say that to your child? Oh my God, it's so unsanitary. No, it's spit up. I mean, you're going to smell a little spoiled, soiled. So you're going to want to change your shirt anyway, right? But I don't smell his bird shit. Like it's not like that. And he does not smell. He smells actually very nice. I put a little spray in his little tubby. Because when he eats too many worms, I can kind of like, he gives off a different smell. So I keep him very balanced. Balanced diet with a squirt of spray. Conditioning. I don't know, it's like a bird cleaner. He's not crazy about it, but he smells like paradise when he's done taking his bath. So again, people can judge all they want, and I get it. It's gross. I'm not going to leave it on me in the sense like I wash clothes a lot. He was doing really good, but in and out. So, I mean, it is what it is, guys. For a little while. Eventually, he's not going to shit on me anymore. It's like the baby stages. He's literally will be 8 months this month. So. Yeah. So it's not unsanitary like all you guys think. He's very clean, actually. I don't think he can be. I think he's more cleaner than any of my other animals, to be quite honest with you. And with birds, they don't like to shit where they eat or shit where they sleep. So you know where they're going to shit, so his stuff's in there. And when he sits on me, he's back to doing it. So it is what it is. We'll all adjust, So, and then with certain plants that he sits in, he doesn't shit in it. It's almost like I wish he would shit in the soil. Fucking little extra nutrients. But he doesn't. But I have paper towels down where I know he's active, and it always makes the paper towel. So it's not the end of the world, you know? So people are like, yeah, get over yourselves. Get over yourselves. Okay? Just a little bird shit. Just a little bird shit, huh? Just like baby spit up. Fuck them all. Right? Gonna tell them, fuck off. Fuck off. Right? Yeah, you tell them, fuck off. Fuck off. So, anywho, there will be a peanut butter channel coming soon. So much always comes out of my mouth. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's like, it's not that I'm like slacking. It's just this, I do not have enough time in my day unless I physically make time, and then it takes away from something else. It's insane. People would be like, oh, you like mom, but no, I'm still taking care of my parents. I'm still taking care of me. I'm cleaning upstairs, downstairs. I'm like a live-in nurse, maid, mom. I love cooking, and that shit don't faze me. All right. But like the only downtime I ever literally have is after dinner and like before bed, where I just, and some days I pick me up at 6 o'clock, so it's like I don't really settle till like 7. It takes me a couple hours to like settle for my day. My days are just busy, and not to mention all my health issues and doctor's appointments and surgery coming up. I'm just like, so I do not literally have enough time in the day to get everything done, even if I had a schedule, guys. So that's why I'm saying, like, I gotta figure out what this energy thing, like, where is my energy best being divided right now? Because I don't mind taking care of my parents. I don't mind doing the laundry. I don't mind doing the cooking and the grocery. Like, I don't, So surgery is in, I think, 9 days, 10 days, the 22nd. Hey Siri, how many days until the 22nd of January?
It's 14 days until then.
Really? That's it? Really? I know it's on a Wednesday. It's exactly 2 weeks from now. Yeah, exactly 2 weeks. We know how fast that will go by. So, yeah. I'm not looking forward to this at all. Because even the neurologist is like, maybe you should do the back surgery first. And it's like, no, I really don't want to. I want to do the hip surgery first because that's not getting any better. And now my other one is 10 times worse. It's the same exact pain. So I need to control that so I don't have to have surgery on that one because the seatbelt tore all that stuff. The seatbelt is what fucks it up. That's like the number one injury in a car accident that people don't even realize. It's like literally up with the top 5 of a car accident. If you wear a seatbelt, I think it's in the top 3 injuries. And then my back, I got hit that way. Getting hit from 50 miles an hour at a dead stop is a lot stronger than I think we think until it actually happens, because it took me months to fucking absorb that. I don't even think I've even absorbed it, to be honest with you. I'm going on a fucking year. So, and then if it is peripheral neuropathy, it does come out of the blue. It does happen because all your main nerves have been impinged for so long. 22nd, 14 days. Then they're going to want me to do back surgery. I don't want to do back surgery. But they've been discussing that on and off because Maxie Poo, I love you so much, but you got to stop cleaning right there. Mama can't handle it. Thank you. I got the lighter next. I don't hit him. I just hit next to him. Good boy. Can't stand it. I don't want back surgery, but it's been touching my S1 joint since the accident, and things have just gotten worse with the bulges and the discs have gotten worse since the accident too. But this is the route I'm going now. And even my knee orthopedic today said he would recommend some surgery, but I am going to get some injections. I am going to get an injection this week as long as my surgeon approves it. Because last time you couldn't do surgery until the steroid was out of your system, but that was going into my joint. I don't think the knee one goes into my joint, but I'm not positive. But I got to run it by my surgeon first. Because back, hip surgeon said the same thing. Do you want to take care of your knee first? So I feel like I'm going to end up having knee surgery no matter what. I just hope it does not come to back surgery. And if it's going to be a year of surgeries, I hope for the best that I can still stay on top of what I need to stay on top of, still do YouTube. It's like a blessing, you know what I mean? Still being able to be home and do that. And just from there, work on a happy, better, healthy outcome for the rest of my life, So I just want to get through it. I shouldn't have had to wait a year. I shouldn't have had to. It was a misdiagnosis, and so that part's very frustrating. I don't really dwell on that anymore, but it is a year later, and I'm just having my first surgery from the car accident. And I say first because they're either going to have to go to my back or my knee next. But it's going to benefit my other hip if we do this hip first, because you can't repair labrum tears. Like mine is really torn. Like you can't repair them. I mean, you can't, they don't heal on their own. They have to be repaired. So the fact that I'm getting the same symptoms in my other one, it'd be smart to go with the hip surgery because it's going to stop that. Even if it's, compensating for one side or not, it's still the same pain. So the tear is there, but they knew the tear was there on the other side as well. We just didn't pursue it because we had to pursue this one first. So it's just, there's a lot. And what comes first, and the back surgeon agreed that the hip should come first because it's going to ruin my other hip, and this could actually help my back. But because the doctor now put in blood work and a new EMG because she thinks I have peripheral neuropathy, and that's hard to reverse sometimes. And a lot of times, in order to fix that, they have to do a spinal decompression, which I've been kind of being told that from the beginning anyway, because of where my S1 was touching my spine. So I can't think about all that other stuff, but I guarantee I'll probably need one more surgery, because even my soft pad behind my knee is gone, and it's the one of the main nerves is still impinged, And now I have arthritis in my knees because I'm at that age where your body goes into a shock like that after a car accident at my age, and it goes through what it experienced. It just progresses everything else that would have came at me 10 years from now. So it's really important for me to just get my mindset. It might take a year or two more until I get completely where I need to be. And it's fine. It is what it is, But I got to get through it and work through it and do the best I can do. You know what I mean? So I know it's going to be a process. And because they waited so long, because I was misdiagnosed, this is where I'm at. But I agree with the doctors too. Don't you start with my bamboo. Don't you dare start with my bamboo. No. But the doctors were right too, in the sense of like, hey, we knew this was happening to your back, and we knew it had to be addressed ASAP. So we tried physical therapy for 6 months, but it was actually the labrum tear instead of my back. It was actually my hip. And I complained the whole entire time during physical therapy to the point where I can't do this anymore. It hurts my hip. I'm all fucked up. And everyone just called it like pelvic dysplasia. So fucking with my hip and pulling my hip out, thinking it was my pelvis, it was my hip the entire fucking time. So yeah, damage is already done, you know? Yeah, I said it the entire time. But I can't even really get mad at doctors because they were targeting the back. And the back and the hip are very interlinked, just like everything's interlinked, the hip with the knee, you know? It's like your elbows and your knee bones, you know, it's like the whole song. So it is what it is. I just hate that I said it so many fucking times. Like I go back and look at the PT notes. PT is still complaining about hip. But my physical therapist didn't work on hip. She worked on backs. So meanwhile, she's trying to align me. She's really making my hip worse. And there's no point in suing and doing all that. Like it is what it is. I just have to take it as it comes. And, you know, I can still live my life. It's just I'm not doing as much as I used to. But I would think maybe like a year or two I'll be golden, good to go, you know? And I know this time, you know, spent at home will be, you know, useful. It's not a coincidence that I got in the car accident. Like, I've been saying that from the beginning too with Spirit. They know exactly where they want everybody, you know, and what it's going to take to get there. And in my case, working from home is what it's going to take for me to get there. And again, not a coincidence that I studied the brain for 2 years for the car accident. And now here I am again. Very well educated on it. So, I definitely need to rest. Are you kidding me? I don't even sleep through the night anymore. I wake up and my elbows hurt, but that's my fibromyalgia. So it's either my fibromyalgia or the CRPS that's kicking my ass right now and making everything 10 times worse. So the neurologist wants me to take care of the back first, looking over my reports because of the S1. The S1 joint, it's been there since day one. Okay, so I've been your patient for 6 months now because I had to find a new neurologist. I hated the fucking first one. And now you just want to look into that? Like, I've been telling you all my symptoms that have been linked to peripheral neuropathy for fucking 4 months now. But now all of a sudden, she thinks I have it. But nobody wants to listen to me. I only found out about my hip because I bitched my doctor out and I was self-advocating. If you don't fucking do it, I'm going to make my own appointment. I will pay for it myself out of fucking pocket. I need a fucking referral. Give me the fucking referral. I got pissed. You sent the referral over. Sure as shit. It's been my hip. So hip's getting taken care of first. Max, I see you. Peanut butter, you don't have to move, but I am going to tell you that Max is watching you, okay? So, yeah, it is what it is. So, I don't know what's going to be next after the hip, but the hip is not going to solve both the knees, and it's not going to solve anything in my back. If anything, it could probably might make my back worse. I'm just hoping that it won't. But there's going to be another surgery, unfortunately. They already want to work on my knee. You want to stop and do your knee first? No, I don't. And they stopped doing surgeries for those knees because it's my soft pad is like pretty much gone with an impingement. And they did them for hundreds of years and they just stopped doing it in the last 4 years because the surgery was less successful and made people worse. It didn't benefit them. But there is something else they could go in and do and at least unpinge that nerve. But they're very careful about doing that because that can lead to nerve damage. And like the decompression, because it's been a year on my spine, is also dangerous because they've waited so long. And I went to the ER multiple times to tell them this shit in the beginning. And they told me I was fucking, it's not what it was, when that's what it was the whole time. So I love that I self-advocate, but at the same time, like, they make you feel bad for self-advocating. They make you feel guilty. Like, it's just obviously a problem we have when it comes to, you know, medical resources and all that, HIPAA and everything that's going on right now, pharmaceuticals. Max is hawking him, but he's not doing anything. He's just watching. His head's going back and forth. It's like he's looking at a mouse. But Peanut Butter knows that Max is there. That's what I'm saying. Like, Peanut Butter's like, I don't care. Getting a little braver, you know. Stepped on a blueberry earlier on the way in the house. I didn't even bend over to pick it up. I don't have it in me. Every time I bend over, I get really dizzy and off balance, and I get an instant migraine. Also another symptom of peripheral neuropathy. But, I mean, I'm just at the point, guys, where I'm just thankful to be in the situation I'm in. And mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, like, I know I'm going to have another surgery after this one. I just want to get it done. I just want my body to get healthier. I can reverse everything that's happening to me. You know, I can have a body like a fucking 30-year-old at the age of fucking 70 if I wanted to, you know, just eating better, working out, doing stuff. So I'm not really worried, like, oh my God, this is going to leave me at this and be on disability my whole life, or this, that, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, you know. Even disability, I didn't want to apply for that, but they denied me. But I did one more appeal, and I either get it or I don't. I'm not going to argue. It would just be nice to have some incoming money versus absolutely none. But money's just not a priority for me like that, you know? It is, but not like that. I'm sure it affects, like, mental health here and there. But that was more in the beginning, like, what am I going to do to pay my bills, you know? I completely wiped out savings. I was going to go on a nice trip with that. But, I mean, I don't even know how I made it this far an entire year with just getting by with $12,000. Like, that I went through. Like, I don't even know how I made that even last, to be quite honest with you. And right now, I'm not even paying rent, so that's a big help too, you know? You have to go through a disability at least 3 times. Lawyers, bankers, judge. I know, because then it said go in front of a judge, and I'm like, do I go to, like, that extreme and just pick that one versus just appealing it? But there's so much paperwork and there's so much explaining, and I'm more concerned about my mental health than I am fighting with the government, or like how I lost my job 3 months later, you know, because they had to fill my position. Like, I'm just done fighting it. I need to just focus on me, and right now, you know, I'm capable of doing that, and I got to really think about my future in the sense of creating what I know I'm capable of. Peanut Butter, watch out, because here comes Max. Good boy. Come see Mama. No, he's going to come. He stood up. He's like, He's like, I don't know. See how smart he is? He's so fucking smart. So I really just want to woosah and take care of myself and not deal. I mean, I know I'm going to get a nice settlement, but that's not the point, guys. It doesn't take away from what I dealt with and what I've been dealing with. I mean, my entire fucking body. You know, $1 million is not going to last me the rest of my life, guys. What lasts me the rest of my life is my own fucking sanity, my mentality, where I want to take things, what I want to create. I don't want to live off and invest properly off $1 million. It's not a goal here. It's not what I want to do. You know, and my business is going to take me where I need to be. It helps, but Jen, I don't even look at it like that because they've already taken away a year from me. I know I'm in for more surgeries. Like, it's just mentally, the damage it's done to me mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually is worse to me. The money doesn't, like, my brain hasn't comprehended that yet. Like, I'm still not okay. Like, that money does not do anything for me mentally. $1 million this day is nothing. I know people might be like, oh my God, that's so crazy for you to say, but that's the fucking truth. Like, what this car accident has done to me because somebody was blatantly on the fucking phone and being arrogant and reckless on the fucking road with all the people he almost hit before he actually fucking hit me, mind you, admitting he was on the phone. Okay? Like, it's almost like I wish, and my brain tells me, oh, maybe I just broke a leg, or maybe I just did that and I'm healed and I'll be working by now and have some issues here and there. And then I think of like Christopher Reeves and the things he went through, and it's like, I should be so thankful. But like, then I think like, now I know why people, like, I probably would have been better off just dying, like a Christopher Reeves situation, depending on where people's mindset goes. You know what I mean? Like, I got put through all that to really understand, like, this person fucked my, just a lot of things. It took a few years off of my life, and not to mention because of the age I was, and with me declining, all the things that should be hitting me around the age 60, 65 is now hitting me now because of what my body physically endured with the blow from the back. So that pisses me off too, because now I gotta, for the rest of my life, be on top of certain stuff because I can't reverse what's already happened to me. I feel like I have a body of like a 65-year-old right now. Like, this is like something a 60, 65-year-old would be going through right now with arthritis in the knees and certain stuff. Like, everything is just kicking in because I'm at that age group where structures and bones start, you know, all that stuff with aging, and now it's just bam, everything just caught up to me, and you can't stop that from happening once you're at a certain age. Like, if I was like 35, I'd have a little more better odds, but I'm not. I'm 47. It's not going to stop me from future and traveling and hiking and doing all that stuff I love to do. It's not going to stop me from doing that. Did it temporarily stop me for a couple of years? Obviously. But my mindset's not like, all right, I'm just going to be disabled and not do this. And this fibromyalgia, all this, guys, like, I've never experienced anything like it, in the sense of like the pain. A pain in my elbows for months, my wrist. And it's not like, oh, poor baby. Like, it takes away from your entire day. Some days I can't cook. It takes away from your entire day. Like, it really, those who have it. And on top of that, I have the CRPS too, which is, you know how many people commit suicide from that one disease? They call it the suicide disease because it's like the worst pain. But for some reason, my body can absorb that kind of pain. I have a high tolerance for pain. But when your elbows and your toes hurt and your elbows, the fucking elbows is wild to me, okay? I can't even get comfortable at night with these fucking elbows. Some days I can't even put my elbow down on the chair. Like, it's just wild. Not to mention that every main nerve in my body has been impinged for an entire year now. That's not good either. You know, So, yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm fighting a big time disability. They just literally denied it because they said why they denied it is because they still consider me able to do other types of work, which kind of sucks, right? Because you're basically telling people in my situation I can no longer what I do for a career, but it's okay, you can up and go do something else. So basically you're taking away my career from me and I'm just stuck doing something else. It's like, look at all the money they're putting into immigration and all this other shit. And it's like, okay, so the ones that pay taxes, I don't even want to get into it, but it's fucking disgusting. Like, and I just want it temporarily. And all the doctors are saying, yeah, this is going to last longer for a year. Like this hip thing, I'll never be 100%, but it takes a year. I have to do physical therapy for an entire fucking year, guys. An entire fucking year of physical therapy. So I'm like, all right, it's not going to hurt to appeal it, right? But you know, I'm not going to. I fought it more with New York Life. I fought it more with New York Life, and that was just, it was too much. This is a little easier to fight, believe it or not, because people who probably fight the government are probably like, take the hardest thing, but like, no, go fight with New York Life. Go fight with all the lawyers. It ain't nothing compared to New York Life.
Yeah.
Lawyers don't even want to take on New York Life. Unless it's a given, you know.
See ya.
Hi. So, which is very unfortunate, you know, when you have lawyer after lawyer telling you, like, you're not going to fight New York Life. I think that did more damage to me in the sense of like Social Security. That actually seems simple to me, applying for Social Security compared to what I've dealt with. So, and if it wasn't for my doctor, I wouldn't even have bothered. He's like, come on, Clark. Like, no. He's like, this is insane. I've been your doctor for, 20 years. Like, no. Like, you have to fight. And I don't have it in me anymore. I just don't. Especially with New York Life. But believe it or not, this is a lot more simple than New York Life. They do almost all the work. You know. But, and it's ironic, guys, because I have PTSD. I have fibromyalgia. I have CRPS. I have musculoskeletal things going on. I have migraines. I have vision impairments. I have arthritis. And all of those, like, you're supposed to automatically qualify. It's like, like, it's just one of those things. And it's like, I still got denied. So everything on their list wasn't good enough. It's that I have everything that one body can actually have wrong with them. I have everything. And it's like, okay. But apparently I can do another job. But even doing CADs and sitting here with you guys takes a toll on my body. You know? And a lot of this stuff is repetitive, like with the wrist again. Like, I wore things around my wrist. Can't wear anything about my, there probably is some for the elbow. But I've been thinking, I'm like, I'm gonna have to put the wrist things on again. But like, how extreme does it need to be? Like, as of right now, it's taking away from my everyday life. Like, it'd be nice to be compensated for all the money that I put in to you guys. The money thing, I'm fine with the money thing, with how much I put into, like, sometimes you don't even qualify if you don't have enough backed up with income and taxes and all that. So I had more than enough there, which was great. Because some people get denied for that right off the rip if you don't have enough. You know, if I was to retire right now, I know what I would get. You know, if I'm obviously I have to wait till I'm 65, but I'm going to get a lot more than people think I would get. You know, I'm not going to be living in a mansion or anything off of it, but it could be a lot worse. So at least that wasn't an issue, because that seems to be a big issue for people, especially for people who don't work. And they go back and see, like, with your government, like, were you on this, were you on that? Like, they check that shit too, which I think they should. But, you know, be careful where you invest your money else. You mean if I was to get it from them? It'd just be going to little things here and there, you know, paying my bills, paying rent. I haven't paid rent since July. But I'm also very lucky. You know, so I saved like almost $8,000 there. You know. He's purposely fucking with Max. But yeah, I mean, I just really, if it wasn't for my doctor, I'd be like, I'm not doing this. He's like, he wants to wring my neck. He's like, I'll do it for you. He's like, they owe you this, you know? And when I think about it like that, like, they do, you know, I put a lot of money into that too. Not as much as half the population out there, you know, being a stay-at-home mom for so long, but I definitely put in my fair share, where what they would pay me, they still got more out of me, even if they paid me for a few years or however long it was, you know what I mean? So I'm just hoping that with all the new things in the last, you know, 3 months compared to all the other stuff that they had, helps. And if not, so be it. If I have to go in front of a judge and it's pretty simple and they have all my records and I just, you know, say my piece or whatnot, then I would do that and then be done. My lawyer's like, let me help. And I'm like, no. I can't be bothered. Like, there's too many other things on my mind that I need to focus on and heal. Like, I just, you know, I could have chose my lawyer to represent me, for sure. But I don't have it in me right now. And then this and that. And he's pretty much has everything. So, but there's certain type of lawyers for certain type of things. And he's very knowledgeable on it. But typically when you get a lawyer involved and you hire, like, if it goes to the Supreme Court, like, circumstances just change. And it's like, I don't want to deal with all that in the midst of me trying to heal. You know, I understand, like, I was a victim in this situation and I should get what I deserve. But I'm only going to fight it for so long, because mentally it's just, I just don't want it to get the best of me. I just know in the beginning, it got the best of me dealing with New York life. So it's a lot, yeah. Well, nothing what maybe with SSDI, right? And first of all, you have to be out of work for at least a year or 9 months, and knowing that it's going to take at least a year to get better. And every single one of my doctor's notes, every single one of my files is all saying it's absolutely going to take a year for this lady to get better. Like, how about we take one less worry off a plate so it can help contribute to some stuff? So I get it, you know, but it's just, I'm going to create my own future too. And I'm really convinced on where my future is going to go. And it's going to start heading that way. It actually already has, you know. And I know that's probably where a majority, like, I'd make really good money, you know. And even if I ended up with a large amount off the settlement, it's not that large. I buy a piece of property and that, you know, start to the kids or invest in this, it's gone. So I want to be smart about it that way too. You know what I mean? I don't plan on living off of this. No fucking way do I plan off. And I'm thankful that I don't have to plan on living off of this. That I know I am going to be able to go back and do what it is I plan on doing and be okay, you know? But I am thankful for that. But it's just like anybody else that gets, you know, what your body goes through mentally, physically, and emotionally from a car accident like this is just, I wouldn't want my worst enemy to experience it. I've already had so many ups and downs and awakenings. It's not just like, well, you're just going to keep fucking adding to my plate. You know? But they probably knew I never would have stopped doing what I was doing in regards to, you know, IVs and needles and, you know, the lab. And I really did like it. I love it. I really do. I physically miss doing it and working with people. But Spirit also knows how to put someone where they need to be to get to what they actually need to do in life. You know? Well, I already appealed it, Jen. I just got the notice a couple weeks ago and I appealed it right off the rip because I had the opportunity to just like, why not? Because a lot has changed in the last couple months from where they actually had all the, from 3-4 months ago when I applied, a lot has changed. So they didn't really have any of the newest stuff, especially in the last, 4 to 6 weeks. So, yeah. At least I'm fortunate enough to, I know I'm going to be able to get back to what I'm doing within 2 years. And in the meantime, I got to stay on top of my body, my health, all that stuff, because I know I'm going to have another surgery. Which one do they go for? I really didn't want to go for the spine. It's really trying to avoid that. So hopefully if it is peripheral neurology, peripheral neuropathy, hopefully it can still be reversed. Yeah, exactly, Jen. My health is my wealth. That really is how I feel. There's no question. I'm too young to not find my way out of this. And I can see, I was put into this situation for a reason. I've noticed so much stuff in this last year that is really eye-opening, for me in order to grow myself and learn and educate. I have to experience this with you. And I also, it's mutual, you guys help me too. So. My health is my wealth. Because if you're healthy and your mindset is right, you could be a fucking billionaire by the time you die. But at the end of the day, you don't care that you're a billionaire. I wouldn't care that I was a billionaire. I'd just be like, wow. I wouldn't even say like I made it. Like I feel like I would make it if I really like helped humanity and left a legacy. That to me is way more important than being a millionaire or a billionaire. That's just me, though. Some people, you say that, but then if you know, I know for a fact I'm here to do something, big. We all are. It's just a matter of what we allow ourselves to do. And I plan on leaving a legacy. It could be, another lifetime. And it never gets carried on or followed through, but it won't not happen because I didn't try. So well, that didn't happen, but that shit don't faze me. It's not on your fucking timing. It's not on my timing. I have clearly figured that out in the last fucking 2 years that none of this has anything to do with my timing. But now it all makes sense. All my channels are now linked together and it all makes sense. And so now I just got to figure out how to really like link and work with energy so it's beneficial for all of us. Doesn't that side of the computer look like fuzzy? Yeah. And I could also take $1 million, or I could take $500,000 and go live on a fucking island in Indonesia, somewhere, plenty of fucking islands out there, have a beautiful home and live like a king and a queen and be able to farm all I want and live on a fucking beach if I wanted to, guys. Healthcare is probably not so great out there, but I definitely learned to kind of like take care of myself when it comes to like natural stuff. Find me a witch doctor or something, you know, like I'm okay with that. I'm totally kosher with that, guys. You know, I'd actually prefer to kind of have a life like that. You know, money's important to pay bills, you know, but other than that, like, I don't know. And then people say, well, you don't know unless you know, you say that, but if you didn't have it, and it's like, I truly don't feel that way. I really don't. I think the ones that, you know, work hard and put their mind into it and, you know, your heart and soul into it, like it's gonna happen. That's how people get to where a lot of them are with all stories like that, and that's the truth, and it's nerve-wracking. And then you got other people where it's like, oh, it's simple. You just learned how to manipulate the matrix and the government. Like, that's not smart. It might be smart on your end because you're banking, but that doesn't make you smart. Because if you do it the right way, it's not simple. You know what I mean? Like, what you experience in life is so much more enriching. I'd rather experience than I just know how to work the matrix. You know, life is too important. I don't want my kids at the end of the day, like, even if I had a lot of money and no money, money should not even be a factor. Oh, well, at least if I die, kids have money. That's not, like, that shouldn't even be a factor. Like, what? Like, no. I'm just going to be happy knowing that my kids love me to fucking death and I was the best thing, you know, for them, and they treasured me. And, you know, that's important. That I taught them to have the right morals and ethicals, you know, when it comes to stuff, and good head on their shoulder. That's what I'm proud of, you know, how to treat humans and how to do like, everybody's going to go through this and that, and that's why I let them make a mistake the first time around, sometimes even the second time around, because I know that's how it works. Doesn't mean I'm not. I think I'm a great fucking parent, you know, and I know if I died, nobody's worried about if I left them money or not. Even if I had money, I know for a fact it wouldn't be a factor. I just know. I'm just that connected to my babies and their souls, you know? So, that's just where I'm at mentally. So if I get it, great. I'm getting back something I deserve to get back because I put into it, you know? But if not, then I know I'm okay. I could bank 100,000 on YouTube every year if I wanted to, if not more. That doesn't excite me. Me being happy and feeling the passion every day and being happy to go to work and sit in this chair and educate, that's what I need. That's the passion I want. That's how I want to live my life. Excitement. So I do wish for the best for everybody. And lots of prayers to the families. All families right now, not just Cali, all families suffering or something going on, you know. It's just, you know, gotta get through these transits. Next couple months are gonna be wacky. So again, like the reading from this morning, it's really about your Venus and what's best for you. You know, so focus on that. I think we're good to go. So mote it be. But man, I'm fucking beat. Wow, it's almost 8. I'll see you guys in the morning. Okay. I love you guys so much. I wanted to come on real quick. 2.5 hours. Holy fuck. I love you guys. I love you, love you, love you. Gotta go get my PJs on. Get this bird shit off of me. I love you guys. Peanut Butter loves you. He's probably sleeping somewhere in one of its houses right now, actually. He's like, oh, it's late. I know it's late. Cats are falling asleep. It's dark out. Which is great, because that still tells me he's vibrating with frequency from outside. And that's important, you know? That's important. But I love that. Like, he just knows. It just gets like around 8 o'clock and he just knows. So yeah, we'll get snuggly, nice and warm. So don't worry about me and my health issues. I'm gonna be okay. Did you hear me talking about you? You're staring right at me. I'll be okay. You'll be okay. We're all gonna be okay. We are who we are, and we just want to live our lives and enjoy our lives, and you know that shit matters. And at the end of the day, that shit pays off. You know, there's no point in living life any other way if you're not happy in your life. You know what I mean? My mindset will get me to where I want to be in life. So, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. I gotta go he's just staring at me. Did you hear me say I had to put you to bed? You knew I was talking about you. I don't even know where the fuck you came from. You came out of nowhere and you were like, Mom, no, why are you talking about me? Why are we talking about me again? I told you I'm not going to shit on you anymore. I was just kidding, right? I love you, Butter. You're the bestest. You're just the bestest in the whole wide world. Can Mama give Peanut Butter a kiss? Thank you. Thank you. It's so odd that I have to say it like that for him not to move. Yeah, but we all have our own uniqueness, right? Yeah. Really? You'll peck at my teeth? I love you. That was my kiss, huh? Thank you. Well, say good night to everybody. Say night night. Say night night, YouTube. Gentle. Hey, don't be aggressive. Gentle kisses. Gentle. Yeah, it was good talking to you guys too. Playing catch up. Thank you. Oh, I thank you for my kisses. I just love them. Mama loves you. So, no, not my eye. It's so funny, like when he goes with his beak, it goes in my ear and like in my nose. It doesn't hurt, but it's like he opens his beak in there. It's like, oh, what's in there? You know, it's like, no, get out of my nose. Huh. Yeah. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.